Hello, my name's Larissa and I'm an indie game developer recovering from a little bit of burnout and gonna get back and work on my game now and tell you why I got burnt out and what happened and what I'm doing to try to work past it. My game is called Mole's Best Friend. It's a cozy point-and-click adventure game about a mole named Topo and his best friend Scrunch, who goes missing one day and he has to go on an adventure to find her and face his fears and save the planet in the process. I got really intimidated by the process of making my Steam page. The Steam page is the end-all be-all of your game, right? I applied to be a Steam partner and then I got approved, and I had this plan of like, I'm gonna go all in and make my Steam page really fast, and I'm gonna be able to get people to wish list my game, and it's gonna just progress from there. But I really just, as soon as I got approved, I got really nervous. Everyone says you should take Chris Zukowski's How to Make a Steam Page free course, so I've had that bookmarked for a while. I signed up for it. I started the video, like the first video, the second video, a couple of times, but my anxiety took over, even though that's supposed to make it like easy and breaks it down to its smallest parts. And I said, okay, what's something I can do that'll help me make progress towards completing this Steam page without, doing it all at once? And it was like, well, I should make the art, right? And I'm an artist and I know what my game's about, and it should be easy, but it's not, because I got really a lot of stage fright. This is people's first impression of my game. If they saw it in the Steam store, it's what's going to make them click and actually learn what the game is, what it's all about, and eventually lead to a wish list or even a download. Am I going to be able to make capsule art for my game that is representative of the game and also will attract my target audience, and is any good? And I went through a lot of iterations. I'm still working on it. What really helped me was just going into different game dev Discord communities and posting even like the sketchiest, tiniest idea things and getting direct feedback, because then I was able to be like, okay, this is working, this isn't working. And what was really helpful were some community members who gave feedback and also gave me solid visual examples of things I could change or that I should model my artwork after. So thank you so much to those kind people. One person even took one of my sketches and mocked it up as if it was in the Steam store, so I could get an idea of what it would actually look like amongst other games in their UI. And that was so helpful and really put things into perspective for me. But thanks to those people and critique, I was able to like move past this hurdle of, oh my God, what am I supposed to draw? So yeah, let me just talk through what happened with my Steam art. This is it so far. So I tried to go for a more painterly style. It's definitely not finished. It's still a work in progress. So, and if you're not familiar, part of the game is that Topo, the mole character, is nocturnal, and Scrunch really wants to go explore the daylight. So I'm trying to kind of show that story arc through this by having this like night area kind of turning into day. I want to work on the typography a bit. This was something I had just drafted up really quickly a few months ago, but I'm not that attached to it. I think there also probably needs to be more contrast. First, I was just messing around with all these different placements for the type. And then I was like, oh, well, maybe instead of working on the type, maybe I should focus on the imagery. So I said, okay, maybe I should make Topo being like hiding from the light while Scrunch, the beetle, is going towards it. And then I was like, I don't like that. And okay, maybe he's like chasing after her. And I said, no, let me go back. So just lots of iterating, going back and forth. Then I said, well, what if I try to do it like he's walking towards the darkness and she's in the light, still repurposing in-game sprites, experimenting with like sky and colors, silhouettes. I was really all over the place. And then I was like, maybe I'll have him like going inside this bush. So really just like trying all these things. I said, okay, let me have her flying away. And then I think these stages I showed to some Discords, and some feedback that I got was that the larger images, such as the ones with like the big character, would be easier to read in the Steam store, whereas things like this would be too small and easy to dismiss in the Steam store. And then someone was so kind to mock up what it would look like in the Steam store for me that it made me realize maybe I should move my title to the right hand side, because there's a banner that Steam has that shows if something's on your wish list, if it's going live, if it's on sale, etc. Then I was experimenting with the text again, more color exploration. And I said, let's try to just like, it doesn't have to be like an interesting pose. Let's just have him kind of like looking off. And this is where I was like, okay, I'm just gonna focus on art. I'm just gonna draw and not stress too much. I'm not gonna overthink it. And apparently in Chris Zukowski's free online how to make a Steam page course, he says that the most successful Steam capsule arts are the ones with the title large on one side and a character large on the other side. So that's what I'm kind of going for. I'm just experimenting with digital painting here. So I know there's like issues with light source, with contrast, with everything. So try not to judge me too hard on that. Someone also gave me the feedback that my hierarchy of my composition was really strange, and that I wasn't really following any kind of focal points. So after doing some more painterly stuff, I drafted up this this grid and tried to fit things into like the rule of thirds as best as I could. Still experimenting with the typeface. Just playing around, trying to push things here and there. Messing with the sky. And there you have it. That's how I got to this point. So this is where I'm at. That's the story of how Steam intimidated me and I got stage fright. But I'm working on it. Let me know what you think so far. How do you push past stage fright for things like this? How do you just say, this is good enough, it's gonna go on my Steam page, etc. Thanks, and I'll see you next time. Bye.